Colorado Springs is not just growing, but it is exploding. It's becoming one of the fastest growing cities in the entire US. Where skyline meets booming city opportunity, this is becoming the next big thing. It's not a hidden gem anymore. And if you're not paying attention, then you're already behind. So today we're going to be going over 5 major projects that are coming to the area in Colorado Springs in 2025 and beyond. If you're new here, I'm Iris and I make videos about living in Colorado Springs. I'm a local resident and a real estate agent who has lived here for almost 40 years. So welcome as we talk about the most recent project that is creating a lot of disturbance right now. It's the Downtown Colorado Springs Revitalization Project. The Downtown Revitalization Project is an effort to give downtown basically a glow up. It's breathing new life into the heart of the city, and it's going to be more walkable, more vibrant, and welcoming for residents and visitors. The goal is to create a thriving, modern downtown that keeps the charm and history of Colorado Springs. There's so much construction down there, it's often difficult to maneuver around the area.
I mean, that's going to be the case with any time of year with the construction, but I was immediately upset because it's nice outside and it's one of our first days where we're actually able to enjoy the patio. And then I'm looking at it and they're starting this project right when it's going to get nice, and we have such a short period of time here in Colorado Springs where we can be outside enjoying the patio, and so I'm upset that they're going to be tearing it all up.
But some of the projects are going to be focusing on upgrading the infrastructure. We're talking enhancing sidewalks, crosswalks, trees, lighting, the bike lanes, and some of the public art that's down there, especially along big streets like Tejon Street, to create a more pedestrian-friendly, vibrant vibe. This is going to be encouraging new development in the residential, retail, and office space. You'll see more apartments, condos, and townhomes coming downtown, adding a lot of much-needed housing and walkability. They're also wanting to preserve historic buildings. They want to boost the arts, culture, and local businesses, making downtown safer, greener, and more connected throughout the city. This is going to help boost the local economy with jobs, tourism, and small business opportunities. The revitalization aligns with Colorado Springs' 2040 comprehensive plan, focusing on smart growth, connectivity, and overall just make the downtown area a better place to be. I've always loved hanging out downtown Colorado Springs, even though there's some weird stuff that could happen. You know, there's a lot of activity down in that area, but I enjoy it. I love being down there. My office is down there, and there's so many interesting things to do and watch and see down there. So one of my favorite places. I'm really excited about this one. Now, the next major thing that voters just approved back in November is bringing weed to Colorado Springs, and I voted no on this one because I don't think that it's good for our city right now. We have some gaps when it comes to public safety, and our police department needs more training and police officers. And if this means more people, more jobs, and a better economy, it's fair to say that more people, more problems, right? Do you agree? Ballot question 300 landed with 54.7% support and allows existing marijuana dispensaries to apply for licenses to sell recreational cannabis. Basically, the law limited the number of recreational marijuana licenses to match the number of medical dispensaries as of November of 2024. And the tax money from the sales would then go to things like public safety, mental health programs, and helping veterans with PTSD. But even though voters approved it, the city council voted 7-2 to put a measure on the April 25 ballot to try to repeal it, saying that there was confusion with the ballot questions in the last election. Now, I didn't see anything on the ballot this year for that. We just voted for city council, so I'm not sure what's going on with that so far, but make sure you are subscribed and I will keep you guys updated. But this sparked some legal back and forth, with critics arguing that the city was violating the state constitution, which says measures to ban recreational marijuana sales should only happen during even-numbered years. In February of 2025, a judge ruled that the city's attempt to repeal it was unconstitutional. So ballot question 300 went forward, and Colorado Springs started accepting applications for recreational marijuana licenses, even with the legal drama still unfolding. Would love to hear your thoughts about this, as I am not a big fan of the idea. Now, the next big thing coming to Colorado Springs, unless the public has its way, is a controversial 27-story apartment building coming to downtown Colorado Springs. This is going to be the tallest building structure in Colorado Springs, sitting at around 312 feet. It will be at the corner of Castilla and Sawatch downtown, and it's going to have 400 units. The building will feature a sleek glass facade with a tan base, including private balconies for several units. Now, there are mixed reactions about this whole thing. Even when I was recording this video, my husband said, wow, that's going to be an issue and it's going to hide our beautiful mountains. Some people say it addresses the housing shortage, but these aren't going to be affordable units. They're luxury apartment units. But I do agree that it will promote that urban revitalization that we were talking about earlier. Most of us are just nervous that this is going to affect our modest skyline and hide the mountains that we love so much by opening a door for other builders to build high-rise buildings as well. But regardless of appeals and public opposition, Colorado Springs City Council approved the project anyway by a 6-to-1 vote to move forward with the construction, and completion is going to be around 2028. All right, so the next really cool thing to talk about here is Legacy Loop. And Legacy Loop is a fascinating project that is going to be an outdoor lover's dream. If you love trails and open spaces, you're going to love what's coming to Colorado Springs next. Imagine a big scenic loop around the heart of Colorado Springs. That's pretty much the idea of Legacy Loop. It's about 10 miles of trails, parks, and open space that pretty much wraps around downtown. It's kind of like a giant outdoor playground for walkers, runners, bikers, families, and anyone who really just loves that fresh mountain air and the views. The best part is that Legacy Loop connects all kinds of gorgeous spaces from Monument Valley Park. Monument Valley Park North is one of my favorite parks, to Shook's Run Trail, to the Pikes Peak Greenway, and a lot more of your favorite outdoor spaces. So instead of hopping in your car, you can just bike or walk to these different neighborhoods, parks, and even downtown. So it's all about getting people outside and making the city more connected and accessible. One of my favorite things about Colorado Springs is how you can live right next to a big trail, feel like you're in nature, and then be home for breakfast before your kids even wake up. It's a perfect blend of living in the city and having that nature access. And I think that's what's going to make Colorado Springs huge over the next 10 years. I mean, we're talking over 1 million people in the next 10 years or so. And I have a full video about that. I'll link it down below. You can also watch the card that pops up here after this video. But fun fact, the name Legacy Loop is a shout out to General William Jackson Palmer, who is the founder of Colorado Springs. He dreamed of a city with green spaces all around it, and this loop kind of brings that vision to life. Next, we do have some really big things that are coming to the Colorado Springs Airport and already happening at the Colorado Springs Airport, including nonstop flights to some of your popular vacation places like California, Cancun, Mexico, which is really cool. There's a massive makeover on a 20-year master plan to help guide future growth. So they've been working on upgrades, adding more flights and airlines, and creating a better layout for the entire airport. I recently took a trip to go see my dad in Puerto Rico, and I was really surprised. At first, the tickets were way cheaper than flying out of Denver, which is a huge relief. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how much I hate flying out of Denver, but being able to fly out of my own city and only having one layover was so convenient and pretty cool. So the Springs Airport is still continually working on that nice glow up, and here's what's coming through Elevate COS through 2026, which is what they're calling it. So they're getting a fresh new look, new floors, lights, ceilings, and more space at the gates. You're gonna have better food and shopping, brand new food court and shops with big names like Hudson Group and SSP America. You're going to have more comfort. You're going to have a new premier lounge and bigger waiting areas. There's going to be more accessibility with wider stalls in the bathrooms, changing tables for adults, and hearing-friendly tech in the announcements. Eco-friendly touches, recycling materials, and using energy-saving systems. This whole thing is happening in 8 phases, so it's not going to shut down the place and it doesn't look super trashed while they're working on it, and it should all be done by 2026. And the best part is that it's being funded by grants and airport reserves. There's no extra local costs to taxpayers, so that's pretty awesome. That was my last thing about things that are coming to Colorado Springs. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend or a family member, and drop a comment on what your favorite or least favorite major project that's coming to Colorado Springs. If you are planning to buy or sell real estate, I'd love to see how I can help you. You can call or text me, and if you're interested in learning more about living in Colorado Springs, check out the video that is coming up next. I'll see you over there.